November 2nd, Governor Baker here in Massachusetts signed Executive Order number 54. It's COVID-19 Executive Order 54. And part of the order is compulsory contact tracing. So it states if somebody has COVID-19 and that person has been to your house or to your business or in contact with you, you must cooperate with the government in answering any questions they have regarding contact and the people that this person with COVID might have come in contact with, and so on. The governor, and if you do not, you get a $500 fine for each instance of non-cooperation. The governor cites to the Civil Defense Act as his authority for this. Now, the Civil Defense Act is for war and for natural disasters and truly catastrophic events where you actually need the government to step in almost a military-style role. But he's using it here for this virus that's, if you look at things objectively, it's really not that big of a threat to most people. Regardless, I hope this order is challenged because the Fifth Amendment of the Constitution, which applies to the states through the 14th Amendment, states that we as U.S. citizens cannot be compelled to essentially talk to the police, right? You get your Miranda warning if you're arrested, and they tell you you do not need to speak to the police, and what you say can be used against you. Now, it applies when the person being questioned may be prosecuted based on what he or she says to the police, right? So you can't be forced to be a witness against yourself. Now, this order in trying to sidestep this states that the fine is a civil fine, right? It's not a criminal $500 fine, it's a civil $500 fine. So in the governor's view, the Fifth Amendment doesn't apply here and your protections don't apply to you. However, the Civil Defense Act, which he's citing as authority for this, he's saying, I'm doing this from my authority from the Civil Defense Act, that clearly states that violations of that act are criminally punishable by up to a year in prison. All right? So some lawyer has to bring this case and try to knock down this order. I hope that they do, okay, for the sake of all of us. Regardless, you need to be aware that this order is there, all right? It gives the Board of Health, the police, whoever, the authority to knock on your door and demand that you tell them who was at a gathering of yours or answer any questions that they put to you that has any relation to COVID-19. Right? It's absurd. I hope it gets challenged, and I hope that this order gets knocked down in court for the sake of all of us.